Have we firmly established Ruby could have had access to the roof where the man was shot?
Firmly, firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we've established. But a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun.
There are weapons like this lying around in Martinez. Show them the antique rifle.
That looks antique. A Belle McGrave. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it?
There's a cellar under the bookshop. It was hidden there, with others just like it.
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still, there were too many. And there must be other caches too.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down for good.
Okay, I see your point. There are guns lying around. Damn it. I thought we'd found all the old spots. Why was that still there?
We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops digging up shit.
Guys, this is Revachol. Anyone could get a gun around here. Anyone.
Look, fucko. Ruby and I are pretty tight. She would have showed me the gun if she had one. She knows I love guns.
Yeah, everyone knows Glenn loves guns.
I don't know, Glenny. Ruby's a little secretive, isn't she? Wasn't like she told you every little thing.
This one does not like Ruby. May prove useful.
Come on, guys. She's one of you. Of course she's carrying. You all are. Class said Ruby takes care of things. You don't do that without a gun in Revachol. So you like waving your guns in people's faces? Doesn't mean she does too. I'll go with the third one here.
Nah, man. She'd totally wave her gun in your face if she were here right now. And you'd fucking piss yourself.
It's clear this one is protective of her.
Easy now, Glenn. What he's trying to say is, people who don't have guns don't shoot people. You need a gun for that. You can't prove she has one.
You don't need to prove anything. Doubt is enough for now. And Titus must have some.
I didn't say I'd prove she had the murder weapon, just that we need to find her.
All right, Calm. Keep talking. I'll tell you when I've had enough.
T, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Phase 3. Motive. The last component. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
Before I arrested Clausia, she told me some pretty interesting things about Ruby.
Yeah. Like what?
She's part of the homosexual underground. Apparently she had a thing for Clausia. Sex, she wanted sex from her. Let's not get into it. It's needless sensationalism. I'll go with the third one.
The big man falls absolutely silent.
Yeah, but they're both girls.
Angus.
Girls like girls too, Angus, sometimes. This is one of those times. She liked Glacier.
I know, it's bewildering for me too, but that's what she said. Come on, guys, she hangs out with you meatheads. This cannot come as a surprise. It's supernatural, a reality-breaking event, and we just need to accept it. It's scary, yes. She probably went to university and learned it from a liberal. What Kim said. I guess I'll go with the fourth one.
Liberal,
Ouch.
man? Ruby's like a hardcore patriot. You'd have to be blind not to. Guys, I'm not the only one who knew. Right?
Knew what? First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a too? It's a lie.
Come on, Glenn. She likes Monica's titties more than you do. Everyone knows which way the wind blows there.
I did. I knew it. That's why she didn't fuck me at Fatty's birthday party.
I'm sure that's the only reason.
She didn't fuck you. 'Cause you're 40, and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
Light laughter sounds off in the room. It feels nervous.
So this is why Shanky doesn't like her. Useful for you. It makes him advocate against Ruby.
Glacia said she made advances on her and she thwarted them.
Ruby then threatened her and told her to end her relationship with the deceased.
This is some sordid shit. It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to cover her own ass.
She did tell us right before we arrested her. She told us Ruby made her scared and she spilled the beans. I'll go with the second one here.
That Ruby is queer as cabaret, now that I start thinking about it. I don't know why I didn't see it earlier.
He looks out the window pensively.
And that's okay. Some are queerer than others. You can still be a hardy. But if you bring your own personal shit into our outfit...
If that's the case, then it's not right. But it's not the case, right?
There are many pieces that fit together that way, Eugene. Face it.
It's not why did she kill him, it's why did she organize the cover-up.
And I suppose you have a theory about that too, cop.
She could have just been covering up for herself, Titus.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Time for a logics demonstration.
Shanky, let's assume you killed him.
I didn't do it, fucker. It wasn't my plan.
You probably did, though.
It's just a thought experiment. Think, Shanky. You killed him. You got up there, shot him, got down.
Would you prefer to go on trial with your buddies as part of a lynch mob or alone for committing murder?
Fuck you, man. I would never fuck my guys over like that. Especially for some bird.
She didn't either. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
When Claudia came downstairs, Ruby appeared to know that something was wrong.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's got shit under control. That's her whole thing. That's why she's so good.
Okay.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition, you know. Women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to.
Yes, roll your eyes. Female intuition, that's what it was. You're right, Eugene. Yes, she's just got her shit together. Or that's how she knew. Or she knew what happened because she killed him. Let's go with the third one.
Not so useful.
Titus looks at Elaine and Eugene.
Fucking hell.
The blonde man is in some kind of anguish that makes him stare into his garlic bread bowl intently.
Betrayal is not painless. Even a doubt of it hurts.
Titus, you have to see it. Things don't add up. We need to talk to her.
Silence. He looks around the room. The old man in the corner nods. A very small nod. And a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip. This is the only option he cares for.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However hard I asked. Wanna know why?
Why?
She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior, why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that.
Okay, when did she leave?
Friday afternoon. when you first arrived. I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
What was she scared of?
I told you. You.
Me, personally?
Yes, you. The cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
Don't forget the funny tie, too.
How can I forget?
He nods at your tie.
You and I are going to dance in the moonlight under 1,000,000,000 stars.
Of course, necktie.
You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure.
What else did Ruby tell you about me?
She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop.
Won't stop?
Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like cans.
And then when they're all empty, just move onto the next can. Don't look back unless there was something you missed.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having a go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
It's not an actual question. Silence. He nods.
Is that true, Kim? Am I a can opener?
You are insistent.
He nods. Anything else? Anything?
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This caught Titus. This caught me. But she was too scared.
Scared? You should be too. A strange fear creeps over you. A metallic taste in your mouth. Change the subject. Everard has a file on you, but that's bogus. What she knows comes from somewhere else, from Jamrock. It must be real stuff.
Do you have any clues on where Ruby went?
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Yeah, Al. And we won't either.
She's not really a hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn.
Have you looked for her?
A little. On the coast.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlock. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there.
Can you tell me where on the coast I should start looking?
Sure, there's some shit houses there. A cinderblock town. The fisherfolk there refuse to unionize, so that's one place we haven't looked. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a lorry man.
Do you know what she's doing with ULAN frequencies?
The what now? I have no idea. Boys?
She said she's building a pale emitter.
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing ULAN frequencies at a pale something. I don't know more.
This guy barely understands what he's talking about.
Yeah.
There you have it. Pale something.
Titus puts an end to it. It's not much, but it'll do.
It'll have to.
He puts his hand out, and I'm still kind of annoyed with myself because in my first playthrough I just completely missed that he's putting his hand out for us to shake, and I just walked away. But in this case I'll have to do the same again because I'm an asshole.
Asshole till the end, huh? Well, fuck you too, then.
He doesn't sound angry despite shouting.
He's right, you know. Great work, but the not shaking people's hands thing is a little odd.
Yeah. Okay, so up next, I guess we could go up to Clausius' room and try the window, the Viscalc thing.
All these mesmerizing machines, just waiting to be plugged back in and played.
Run your fingers across the dust of the white Diora machine.
Feels like it might jump back to life any moment. The lights illuminating the white-robed woman.
What's white Diora?
Some kind of inane pinball theme, probably related to Messina during the DeLorean age. The history themes are the worst.
The lieutenant grimaces, looking at the machines.
How about we fire one of these bad boys up and play some ball?
You can't fire them up. They are broken. Only that one machine in the main hall works. The Royalist Pinball.
He looks away.
What a dumb name. Royalist Pinball. If they weren't broken, he would kick one of these machines about now.
Sounds like you don't enjoy pinball, Kim.
No, I love it. I love pinball. Who doesn't love pinball? Let's move on.
He doesn't.
What about that other one, the Franco-Nigerian ball? Wanna play that?
No.
Okay, think. Kim Kitsuragi.
It's strange that he doesn't like pinball. Kim here is a Seolite. His people are incredibly dexterous, and they all love pinball. Matter of fact.
Oh boy. Hey, didn't you guys, like, invent pinball?
Us? Guys?
Stop.
You know, Seoul guys, massive pinball people.
Seoul is an extremely protectionist isola, inaccessible to the rest of mankind, as it has been for over 1,000 years. I have no special knowledge of them, despite my heritage. But even I know that they don't play pinball. They have a rigid class society and a punitive justice system. We should continue with our exploration of this place. It doesn't matter.
So you're not all, like, pinball aces? Because I could swear I know you are.
No, they are not. Let's move on. There's more to this place than pinball machines.
Okay, let's move on then. Okay. I know what happens if you succeed. You find out some more about Kim Kitsuragi's backstory. I never got the prompt on my first playthrough though, so I didn't get it myself. But I've seen it in other places. Right, let's go into Clausia's room. Let's take a look at the window.
This window is pristine on the inside, unlike the one next to it. Light from the desk lamp reflects off the glass in an untarnished golden halo.
Okay, cigarette is still active, so 58% chance. Let's essentially flip that coin.
Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your mind. In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
What position are they in?
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain, ending him.
Where does it come from?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
Inspect the ghostly figures.
The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization.
Have a look at point A, the roof.
The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
Shouldn't there be gun residue outside?
There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away. This was more than a week ago.
So I'm what, 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from?
72%, with a weapon that fires jacketed ammunition, likely a rifle. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium. A well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside, in the darkness. Too busy with their own bodies.
Could the shot have come from inside the room, a closer point?
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, Detective.
Are there any arguments against A prime, the roof?
None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Could there have been another point of origin, further away?
That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Extrapolate the radius to include all of Martinez.
According to your map of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations, starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with an islet in the bay. Let's call them B prime.
More precisely?
B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's End, and B triple prime for the islet, Detective. There may be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
Have a look at point B prime, the boardwalk.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B positions, 20% chance. A skilled sniper could have made the shot, provided he had a safe sniper's nest. Even with the light on inside, we're talking military training. At that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
Have a look at point B double prime, Land's End.
1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of these positions. Let's say 3%. A truly skilled sniper could have done it. Possibly from a tent. No, too far-fetched.
Have a look at point B triple prime, the islet.
1 kilometer away. A point beyond the docks, on an islet in the bay. The fort is ruined, but the perpetrator may have found a stable spot on the beaches surrounding it, where the concrete crumbles into the sea, as you saw in the coin-operated viewer. The shot would have been a small miracle, 5% likelihood. There is an extremely narrow field of view from the bay to the window, between Rue de Saint-Ghislain 10 and 33A. The angle would have been extreme, and access to the islets is questionable.
Kim, do you think the shot could have come from further than the roof, in Martinez?
From where, precisely?
Let's say B prime, the boardwalk, B double prime, Land's End, B triple prime, the islet.
I see you have given this a lot of thought. Are those the locations you've singled out in addition to the roof? And what is the likelihood, in your opinion, that it came from a further distance?
It's okay.
Okay, well, we should see if there is gunshot residue or sniper nests if we go down the coast. Rule these spots out one by one. It would be the diligent thing to do. Until then, personally, I'm going with the roof version. It fits the hidden path through the whirling. A simple hypothesis.
Okay, let's blink and leave. Wonderful. Now that is done as well. Okay, let us quickly step out of here. Go downstairs. I guess it's quicker for inside to go up the stairs and maybe quicker to Clausia's room, to Clausia's balcony with the elevator, but all in all, it doesn't really matter. Okay, what else do I want to do? I did want to read some things, and we have plenty of time to do that, so I might just do some reading. Okay, ask about Ruby in the village, determine where the shot came from, Clausia's buoy, we can do that as well. Ask Clausia about Sunday night, well that's not happening. Inspect the traps. Oh, return to Morel in the whirling in rags with the news. I could do that. Stuffed bird is not happening. Armor pieces pending. Idiot Doom Spiral's jacket, we could show it to him. He's not going to take it anyways. Spirit is eternal, hold on to it. Find the murder weapon, pick up the dice from the dice maker. I don't have the money right now. Oh. Send the victim's body to processing. We don't need to do that. Report back to Plaisance about your findings. Oh my god, there's still some stuff I just forgot to do. Add even more beauty to the wall. We could do that soon. Investigate apartment 10 for the cleaning lady. Oh, report back. Okay. Some things we haven't reported back on. But we can do that in a pretty quick swoop, I think. But first, let's talk to you.
Officer, care to play a game with the lonely old man? Actually, never mind. Wouldn't be the same.
Where is René?
The prick is gone. I can barely believe it. But he's really gone.
Gone? Gone where?
Hell, most likely. He was an absolute cunt.
How did he die exactly?
His hungry little heart finally gave out. The dock workers found him in the guard booth this morning. Wasn't even supposed to be working for another week, but he just had to prove how tough he is.
Did he feel like he has to prove he can still pull his weight? Doesn't need handouts?
Guess he was about to head home, 'cause when the dock workers found him, he was wearing civilian clothes and not the Kuketu uniform I saw him in all the time.
Honestly, I would have assumed that he just sleeps in his uniform.
Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. Now the joke's on him, 'cause he's gonna be buried without it.
Do you think our conversation about his job pushed him to go out there?
No. René was the most stubborn man in Revachol. Nothing you or I could say would ever push him to do anything. The man was completely immovable.
He has doubts. But right now, he just wants to move on and not think about it.
Was he really that bad?
I repeat, an absolute cunt. Even his old army buddies didn't want him around. He was like an old viper. The only people who could stand to be around him were Jenny and me. She saw something in him when we were just kids and she never lost sight of it. And I thought if the most beautiful being in the world can love him, then there must be something worth holding on to.
Did you love him?
We've hated each other our entire lives. So much, in fact, that...
He falls silent and looks at you, eyes filling up with tears.
Yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. You know what his last words to me were?
Something mean? That he's sorry? Some right-wing royalist slogan? Something forgettable like see you tomorrow probably? Or tell me, just tell me.
In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without trial. That's what he said to me. He lived a cunt and he died a cunt. Let's leave it at that.
Do you know what happened to his medals?
I took them for myself. Took them to remember that old cunt. Nobody knew him better than I did. And I want to remember that old cunt by something.
I'm not gonna give him the picture. Old people die, you better get ready too.
Yes.
A strange expression runs across his wrinkled face, then vanishes without trace.
He finds comfort in the thought.
We all got to go sometime, officer. Everyone I love is already there. Probably waiting for me. I'm not afraid to die. It's been a good run, and I really miss my friends.
We are both very sorry for your loss. Death of a friend is a terrible thing.
It is what it is. Part of life. But to know someone for 79 years, then one day they're just gone. I just don't know anymore. About anything, really. But you must need something.
Too bad René's gone. I was hoping to ask him about Maybelle's Hold Out the Flower.
René wasn't really what you'd call a botanist, officer. And believe me, he didn't like Insulindian lilies.
Of course he didn't. Flowers are for pansies. Stop wasting time with them.
Wait, Insulindian lilies?
That's their old name, dating back to the time of kings and crests, and all that other stuff he loved so much.
Why didn't he like them?
There were many reasons, but mostly it was the communards. They called them the Bells of Revolution.
A sad smile passes his face.
I guess in the end, the Insulindian lilies were just another piece of the whole Insulinde. The royalists had to surrender to the Mazovian insurgents. It doesn't really matter anymore.
I want to go over a few more things about René, if that's okay.
Yes. What about René?
Okay, let's just...
Yes.
He
keep on.
finds
We all got...
We are both.
It is what it... I just don't know anymore. About anything, really.
Do we have anything about the
But
Union
you,
again?
officer.
No, okay. Bye for now. Alright, now that we know that René is dead, it's time to do something that we've been waiting for a couple of episodes, a couple tens of episodes for, since we successfully succeeded a check at this wall.